Hey folks, today is a special video. I managed to get a Stadia for free thanks to a Google promotion that was going on. I think you had to be subscribed to YouTube Music or YouTube Premium, I'm not sure which, but that made me eligible to get a free Stadia. And I've been curious about how game streaming actually works. Like, how does it run? And this is the official kit, so it comes with a controller and a Chromecast Ultra. So that is what we're going to take a look at. The box is very understated, very Apple-y, you know. Comes with a controller and a Chromecast. It actually does have a headset jack. The other thing I'm curious about is whether this controller can be used for things other than Stadia. Because if it works well as a standalone controller, that would be great. If it just does X input, that would be awesome. So we'll see if Google actually thought of that or not, I guess. One place for all the ways we play. Ah. Okay, smallest pocket knife in the world is absolutely the tool you use for unboxing stuff. There we go. I just needed to get it started so I could peel it off. Okay. Look at that. It just falls right out. Boom! And you get greeted with a controller. Very Apple-y packaging here. Look at that. Ooh. Feels pretty good. The triggers feel nice. The joysticks are nice and firm. Buttons are very loud, I've noticed. So the controller feels pretty good. It's got a headset jack on it. Seems like a decent controller. Of course, you have your USB-C cable and charger for the controller itself. God, they put cardboard in the port. That's just violation right there. That's just not right. And of course, here's your Chromecast Ultra power supply that has a built-in Ethernet port. Hey, that's nice. That means we might actually have a snowball's chance in this Stadia stuff actually working well. Because over Wi-Fi, I don't know. And there's your Chromecast Ultra, which has a red HDMI port on it. So I have a 4K TV, and we'll have to plug it into that TV and give it a shot. So there you go. That is the Google Stadia stuff. It's not much, but according to them, that's really all you need to get started. So yeah, I'm going to find some games first of all and set this whole thing up. If you set up a Chromecast before, it's probably very similar. I'm going to skip the fluff and just set this whole thing up, and then we'll try a game and see how well Stadia works. I think that's what all of you are here to see. But that's what these kits are. It's just a controller and a Chromecast. Pretty simple. I have the Stadia all set up, and it turns out that the controller is Wi-Fi, which is just bizarre. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to use this controller for anything that's on a PC. I don't think it's designed for that. I had to set up... So this is a Chromecast connected to my 4K TV here. These games were free with my trial, so these are the three I've selected. We have Lara, Croft, and the Temple of Osiris, Super Hot, and Panzer Dragoon. And I've connected the Chromecast Ultra via Wi-Fi. I've decided to forego the Ethernet port because I realized that Ethernet port is through USB. And USB networking is bad. I know it's bad from experience with the Fire TV's USB adapter, which works way worse than Wi-Fi ever would. So we're going to stick with Wi-Fi. So the whole point of this really isn't the controller or the Chromecast. The hardware doesn't matter as much as the service does. This is just one way to do it. You can also use Stadia on a computer or a Chromebook or something like that. But this is really a test of the service. So I don't think we should try Panzer Dragoon. Let's see how well cloud gaming actually does. There, as you can see, it's trying to connect or whatever. Yeah, health and safety, whatever. Now, what I have a feeling is going to happen is that the resolution is just not going to be that good, and it's going to be kind of blocky and low quality. Alright, let's skip the intro and get to the gameplay. Now, this is a remake of Panzer Dragoon. Ooh, see how blocky that was? Yeah, that was not good. Let's, Ooh, hear that? Hear that glitch in the music there? Let's do easy, just so I don't have to concentrate that hard and we can gauge the performance. So the way I understand Stadia works is that it's basically streaming. So what you're seeing now is video. See, there's a bit of a delay there. This is how anybody would use a Chromecast in their home. Connect to just Wi-Fi and get up and play. You know, plug it and play. Plug and play. There we go, words. And here's a cutscene. It doesn't look that sharp. It looks blocky. It looks like the stream of video sort of cutting in and out. Not the most stable. Look at that. You're seeing delay there. You can even hear it in the audio. Let's get to the actual gameplay and see what that feels like. Oh boy. Oh! Oh, look at that. God, I haven't played Panzer Dragoon in God knows how long. Okay, so... Oh god, I'm bad at this. The controls are the opposite of what I'm used to. Up is up and down is down for a flying game. Oh, look at that. See the blockiness there? Oh, look at that. The internet infrastructure is not made for this. This is on 100/100 synchronous internet, by the way. Yeah, look at that. Your connection is unstable. And it is stable, it's fine. Jesus. So cloud gaming could be a thing in the future, but I think the world just needs better internet infrastructure for this to really be that good and successful. Oh my lord. The lag is not good. Oh, the blockiness. Oh, it looks horrible. Oh my god. Jesus. I'm not good at this game, but the lag and the blockiness and the stutters certainly aren't helping. Oh, I saved a screenshot by accident. That's not what I wanted to do. Even the menu's like glitching out. Jesus, that was worse than I expected, actually. Exit the game. Poor. Visual skips and freezes. This is what you do. You give good feedback, you know. Let's try another game. Let's try Lara, Croft, and the Temple of the Oasis. I figured that would be like a 3D adventure game, you know? Let's do the shooting range. That should be a pretty good test.
Excellent. I can get some practice in on the shooting range.
Yeah, I'm a tough guy. I can go shoot stuff. Yeah, Okay, so I'm third person controlling my character.
This might be a challenge.
Oh god, are you seeing that blockiness?
Let's see what I can do. Now. Bingo.
Boom. Oh, there we got some shit.
Not good.
Ah. Yeah, it's still complaining about my connection. It doesn't seem to like Wi-Fi very much. Hey, look at that. It was actually so like laggy and delayed because of the connection that I couldn't shoot. This is what the Stadia Experience. This is what the Stadia Experience is going to be for people that have, you know, routers that are a few years old. I mean, is this the kind of thing that's going to sell like those gaming routers and things like that? Look at this. Look at that. I'm curious as to whether this will change when I plug in the Ethernet cable, because we're definitely going to be testing this with the Ethernet cable. Alright, so I'm going to close the game. I've got some Ethernet spaghetti here. And what we're going to do is plug it into the switch I have behind this TV here and see if it's any better. I have my experience with the Fire TV says probably not, but I think for a video we really need to test that out. So let me plug that into the power adapter here. I think you plug it into there. It's asked me to link the controller again. Why? Why is it doing that? So when I connected Ethernet, I just don't have a Stadia controller anymore. Because it thinks it's on a different network. Yeah, it thinks it's on another network. So you can't just plug in Ethernet on the go and have it work. It's on the same network. I can assure you of that. Guaranteed. But it still doesn't pick up the controller. I don't know. I don't know, man. Here's what's happening. Here's what's happening. Look at this. It finds a controller it can't link into the screen, even though it's on the same network. It's just on Ethernet this time. Are you kidding me? So, it is what it is. Like, that's the true experience. If you can't actually make that work by just plugging it in, and when you have an unstable connection like that, that's kind of a lousy experience. I mean, if I set it up initially with Ethernet, it might work then, but the Ethernet is plugged into the same network that the Wi-Fi is, so it doesn't make any sense for that to not work. Come on, Stadia. There we go. Yeah, this entire thing is designed for Wi-Fi, clearly, because when you plug in an Ethernet cable, yeah, this whole thing is designed for Wi-Fi, because whenever you have the Ethernet cable plugged in, nothing seems to work. Despite, you know, Ethernet being the same network Wi-Fi is, it doesn't make any sense. And I think part of the problem is that the Stadia controller operates via Wi-Fi. The whole thing operates via Wi-Fi, so I don't know, man. I just don't know. One thing I will say about Stadia is I like the idea. I like the idea that you could play your games in the cloud. I think that being
the shooting range is set up ready for me.
I think that being the only option is pretty short-sighted and stupid. But looking at this, I mean, it works well. The graphics look pretty good. Except when the connection is a little bit flaky or whatever. Whatever it says today. Do we have different rifles? Yeah, we definitely do have different rifles. Are they all just an M1 Garand or something? Hey, look at that. Let's... What do we have by default? I think it was an M1903 or something. Let's get the M1 Carbine. Yeah. Let's try shooting the carbine. The carbine.
This rank will give my rifle skills a run for their money. Time to start, I reckon. Go.
Boom! It's a little less laggy right now, which is good.
Gotcha. Got it.
I think the connection's a little bit better now. And part of that could not even be my network. I really don't think it is. I think part of that was Google's itself. Like Google's networking. Because look, now it's stable. Oh, the minute I say that? Yeah.
Almost.
It seems to be working really well now, though. It's a lot more stable than it was before, so... Maybe I just had to get the bugs worked out.
Blast.
Did you say blast?
Not good enough.
Do I have to shoot, like, up a little bit? Like...
Couldn't get it.
Yeah, there's some slowdown. So, I mean, cloud gaming's a cool idea. It seems like it would be a good option to have, like, in addition to. Like, on your PlayStation or your Xbox, if you... Let's say on the Xbox it comes with Xbox Game Pass. You get cloud gaming with it as, like, a perk. That seems like more of a good idea instead of this Stadia, which is basically a conceptual thing. Where it's all cloud or nothing. I think it would be better, it'd be better just like as an option to have with a package with your console or something. But the idea is not bad. And there are parts of the world where the internet infrastructure just sucks. So, I don't think it should be an end-all be-all, but I think it should be an option. I think it's a cool idea. Clearly it works. It's got some kinks in it that need to be worked out, but it does work. And, you know, this is my impressions of Stadia so far. I'm going to leave it there because the footage you saw basically speaks for itself. The trouble I had with the Ethernet port, I think, is the gravest sin. That's the only thing that flat out didn't work. Everything else does work. So, Stadia, it's kind of a take it or leave it thing. It's not something I would personally invest in. It feels like first gen beta tech to me, but it was fun to play with, and you know I really thank Google.
The church bell.
And I really thank Google for being nice enough to give these out for free to a lot of people, and it was a fun experience. So, with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to find me on social media, those links are down below, and if you'd like to join our Discord community, those links are down below as well. But for now, have a good one, everybody. Ciao.